All right, welcome to another Redshirts Always Die away team podcast. I'm Charles Bandit Evans, the editor-in-chief of Redshirts Always Die. And with me this time is Russell Adam Webb, a contributor and writer for Redshirts Always Die and a die-hard Star Trek fan. So earlier we did a podcast where we had a Star Wars fan, somebody who's kind of the outside of the Star Trek world, and we got his take on the new Star Trek trailer. So now we're going to talk to Russell and see what Russell thinks about it being a full-on Trekkie. Russell, how you doing, man?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Are you totally excited by this trailer?
Absolutely. I was slightly concerned at the start when it first come in. I thought, oh no, they've gone J.J. Abrams. But then when it kind of went through towards the end, and you hear like the transporter noise, and which is like something that's fantastically Star Trek. You hear, I had the tingles going down my neck, basically.
Yeah, and that's something that with Star Trek fans we have a tendency to do, is we latch on to the way things were in earlier series, and then we say they've always got to be that way. You can't change this. And then once it changes, we come around. But so what about that? What was your absolute favorite part of the trailer, and what part of the trailer confuses you or concerns you, or did you not like?
Well, my favourite part was when, because it was going through the galaxy, and I was thinking at first, oh no, they're going to just spend a whole load of money on CGI and make some intergalactic battles. But then the noise came on. You know what noise I'm talking about?
Of course. Oh yeah,
and that just got me. That took me straight back to to why I love Star Trek in the first place. That brought back the memories, of the old school stuff. And then it said, then obviously it came out and said, new stories, new species, new everything, and it got me thinking. I'm not going to say it got me crazily excited. It obviously did get me excited, but it got me thinking about what it could be, and hoping for that they're going to put a lot of money in it and make it something incredible, which I think they can do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think what we can take from the trailer and the website CBS has put together for this is that they're putting a lot into this. I mean, we've got a trailer now, and the filming for this series is not supposed to start until September, and so
I don't think they probably haven't even done the casting for it yet. To be honest,
I mean, I'm sure they're thinking about the casting, but I bet we don't hear about the casting. I bet we don't find out who is going to captain our starship until Comic-Con. Yeah. Which would be the perfect time.
It's massively secret, yeah.
Yeah, perfect time to announce that. So I think the fact that everything looks this slick and this good, and we're hearing about, and they're starting the promotion this early, means CBS really is putting a lot in this trailer. I mean, look at the complaint with Star Trek Beyond is that we've gotten one trailer. The promotion seems to be very minimal.
Lackluster.
Lackluster,
Some people have said.
Yeah, lackluster. And there's a new Beyond trailer coming out next week, and it's supposed to pick up and be and really, they're going to start promoting hard now, and that's fine. It's not too late. There's plenty of time before the movie premieres, but I think this shows that CBS is really putting a lot of eggs in the Star Trek basket. What do you think?
I absolutely, completely agree. I mean, although I had a slight sort of thought earlier, like it was. Don't want to sound political or anything, but with the forthcoming U.S. elections, whatever happens, like 60% of the population are going to be unhappy. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. But I was thinking that, unfortunately, with whatever they do, if they go back to the old school, or they try something entirely new, or they try something that's been tried before, I still think that a lot of people are going to be unhappy because it's not what they wanted. But that's entirely because I think that so many people are kind of thinking this is going to be something, and if it doesn't turn out to be what they thought it would be, it's going to be very interesting.
Oh, absolutely. And the internet has created this feeling in society of instant gratification, right? Instant gratification. We want what we want. We want it right now. Some of the comments we're getting on the trailer, like, this was a waste of my time. It didn't show me anything. And I'm like, a waste of your time? The trailer was 51 seconds. Like, you're that, like people, like, furious, like, in all caps, like, with curse words, like, really mad that this wasted my time. And I'm like, if you're that angry about 51 seconds, you have too much going on in your day. You need to slow down. Smell the roses, my friend, because you have too much going on in your life if you're that upset about losing 51 seconds to a Star Trek trailer. But you're right. Like, some folks are going to be very upset if it doesn't feel or look like old Trek. And I want the thread to be there. I want it to... I want the old Trek feel. I want that.
They've got a very difficult job on their hands.
They do. And I want that thread there. But we need to remember, just like with Star Trek moving to the streaming services, we need Star Trek to move forward. We need to get fresh Star Trek fans. My little brother is 17 years old. He has no idea what Star Trek is, because the last Star Trek show went off the air 11 years ago. And so it's never really been a thing during his lifetime. And what we need to do, I mean, I understand that we could upset fans who are 30, 40, 50 years old. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm very, I get that. Yeah. But we need Star Trek. But we need
to entice a new audience.
Yeah. Star Trek needs to continue to bring in new fans, too, which means having modern graphics, having modern style teaser trailers, doing things online where the majority of young people get their entertainment. You're going to have to do those things if you want the franchise to really continue and flourish. Because if you make something just for the Star Trek fans of old, just for them, then it might succeed for a little while, but the longevity is not going to be there because those Star Trek fans aren't going to be here forever. So, any parting thoughts on the trailer?
Yeah, I do like the ending where they say knew this, knew that, knew everything. It does promise like a kind of premise that they're not going to have Klingons, they're not going to have Cardassians, and if they do, perhaps they'll have smaller roles. Perhaps it'll be new alien species that we haven't seen before, which will be very, very interesting. And obviously new characters and new ships, which is, really, really interesting and really, really exciting for me anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I want to see Klingons. I want to see Cardassians. I want to see the Borg, but I don't want us to retread the territory Star Trek's already done. Yeah. I want us to also do new things. And the new things need to be the focus with enough of the old in there that it still feels like Trek. It's a tough job they've got on their hands, but with
you can say that again.
Yeah, with guys like Brian Fuller, who's a Star Trek alum, and then Nicholas Meyer, who wrote and directed Wrath of Khan. I mean, they have some really great Star Trek folks.
And Ron Roddenberry's in there as well.
Yeah. So they have some really great Star Trek folks involved. I think the franchise is in good hands. All right, guys, if you want to know more about the Star Trek trailer, we have written a whole plethora of articles that you can find on redshirtsalwaysdie.com or all over our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/redshirtsalwaysdie. So until next time, thank you so much from me and Russell, and live long and prosper.